going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Survivor Now podcast. My name is Randy, and today I am joined by two of my lovely analysts, Tori and Ollie, and we are here for the Survivor 48 pre-show. We are here to preview episode 5. We're going to give you all of our predictions. We're going to hear who you guys think is going to end up going home tonight. And yes, we're going to break down last week's Insane Tribal. I feel like this season, every single tribal council has been insane. It's been a wonderful season thus far. We're here to break it all down. If you guys are watching, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and hop over in our live chat today because we definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. Jay, perfect timing. Put in, there's an example right there. Ayo, what's up, Jay? Okay, but we're doing something new this week, right? We've got a fun little segment for you guys that's going to get the ball rolling here. So let's go ahead and hit it. It's our new segment, The Icebreaker. Okay, I didn't tell you beforehand, Tori. Ollie said the music behind that makes it sound like horror movie-esque.
A little bit. I'm going to agree with Ollie on that.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
I might change it next week, but it was like last minute and I was trying to change it and Ollie was like, just leave it for now. So yes, the Icebreaker is going to be a fun little quick Survivor-related activity that we do every week while people are still coming into the stream. So we're going to spend the first 5 minutes doing it. And today, I got a good one for you guys to start us off. Blind rank these 5 Survivor locations. So there's been a lot of locations. Obviously, we've been in Fiji for forever now, since season 36, 38, somewhere in there. We've been in Fiji, but there was some great ones back in the past. So you guys have to come to an agreement. 1 to 5, we're going to blind rank these 5 places. So here we go. The first place, going way back to season 6. The Amazon is your first location.
Okay, I love this location. It was a hard location. The elements were crazy. Let's go high with that one, don't you think?
I'd say go with high, but I don't think it should be the top. I feel like there may be some better ones. I'd say 2.
I say 2. Okay, I'm with that.
2? Oh, wow. Okay, I thought you guys were going to go straight down the middle. Okay, your next location up, so you have Amazon at 2. Your next one is Fiji. Good old Fiji.
I mean, it's good.
It's standard.
Old Faithful. It's people are over it. It's getting a little old. 4. I'm with 4. Okay, I'm comfortable with 4.
Okay. Real quick, I want to ask you guys, I didn't know where you were going to go with Fiji when I put it on this list because it's a good location. I understand why they signed a contract there. So you guys are looking at it more from the boring side of things.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also like a beach. I think Amber in Winners at War said that it was literally a vacation. I mean, granted, that was because kids and stuff, but
All right. Okay. So
also,
Fiji
I agree with Amy in the
it's hard to rank not knowing what the other choices are going to be. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to put their Survivor knowledge to the test, and Gabe adds in lots of reality shows film in Fiji now. Okay. Next up, Africa.
Ooh.
I like Africa too. Should we go
Africa
3?
or is it Gabon?
Oh, good question.
Oh, good. Great question. It is the not Sahara. It's season 3.
Okay.
It's not Gabon.
Okay, so this was a tough season. I go 3.
I go with 3 as well. I think you see the elements on there and it's a bit unique. So yeah, I'll go 3.
Okay, so you guys have 1 and 5 left.
Where to God?
Next one, China.
1.
100% 1.
I was waiting for.
Is there not another location that you guys think could beat China that I would put at 5?
Randy, you know me.
I'm taking the risk.
The other question, you could put any other location. I'm going to put China number 1. I love China.
100%.
So just to recap, as Gabe adds in, China is 1, obviously. You have China at 1.
Gorgeous.
You have China at 1. You have Amazon at 2.
Yeah.
You have Africa at 3.
Yeah.
Fiji at 4. And your guys' number 5 is Guatemala.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Really? You guys
I'm
think
fine
you
with
knocked it out of the park?
I think we kind of did.
Yeah.
We did.
Let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think about Tori and Ollie's ranking. But those are the final rankings today. Guatemala goes in at 5. I think you guys did good. I think you killed it,
Yeah.
We
honestly.
got crushed. We kind of ate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost feel like Fiji over Africa. I think Africa has their own struggles. But, like, other than that, no. Like, I think they're interchangeable. So that is it. Let me know what you guys think about their lists, about the new segment. It's something that we're going to start doing every week. A nice little icebreaker to get us in the Survivor mood as we continue to prepare for the premiere of tonight's episode. And then also, before we get into chatting about Survivor 48, which is, I know why all of you guys are here, we have some massive Survivor-related news that we also want to cover on the pre-show. First off, let's start with this. David Gannett from Survivor Australia. He was the winner of Survivor Australia All-Stars. Sorry to spoil that for anyone. Just won the largest prize ever on network television, upwards of $5 million. I don't know the exact amount, but he won it on Deal or No Deal Island. Ollie, Tori, anything to add on? I don't know if either of you watched Deal or No Deal Island. Tori, I don't know how much you know about David Gannett and Survivor Australia, but it's a massive win.
Yeah, I don't watch the show.
We love David Gannett. King, icon, congratulations. And I also love the fact that obviously he has set this record and he's Australian. I love the fact that the Australian has done that in America. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel that the internationals are doing better than the Americans?
I'm fine with it. I'm watching Survivor Australia. I did see someone say that they should call him for Survivor 50. I saw someone say that. And they're interested to see if, obviously, like Tori, so just to let you know, he's one of, if not the biggest character in Survivor Australia. He's kind of known as one of the goats over there.
The Golden God.
He's called the Golden God. He obviously comes over and wins this like humongous cash prize. Like he's set now. So it'd be interesting to see if he would do Survivor 50. Someone who doesn't need the money, has already proven that he can do really well on Survivor. Can he come over and conquer the U.S. version of the show? I think it's something that they should definitely be interested in. They definitely should be giving him the call to come out. And then also in Survivor news, we have, I announced last week that, who was it? It was
Helen.
It was Helen. Yeah. I almost said Heidi. I was like, it wasn't Heidi. Helen got engaged. Well, this week, Sam got married to his wonderful and beautiful fiance. You guys can stop the rumors about him and Sierra because Sierra is pregnant and Sam just got married. So we are happy for both of them. But Tori, like these pictures, I don't know if you saw all of them, but they were gorgeous.
I got to see the rest. I do follow Sam on Instagram, and I mean, it looked amazing. It looks like a lot of, if not all of the cast was there from 47, which was fun to see everyone together. So yeah, it looked awesome.
Oh, it looked wonderful. We got some people in the chat here. Gemini adds in, I think this was about the icebreaker or maybe about David Gannett winning, but that was awesome. I'm going to pretend it's about the icebreaker. And then Amy adds in, I love the way he and Parvati worked together. The family was hilarious. And then Gabe adds in, David has dual citizenship and has said he wants to play U.S. Survivor. Yeah, we got to get him out there for 50. He'd be a wild card because a lot of, like, if you're not a diehard fan, you're going to, like, have no idea. Not even diehard, because, like, Tori's a diehard fan. But, like, if you don't watch Survivor Australia, you're not going to know who David Gannett is. But let's get into it, guys. We're here to talk about Survivor 48. And let me just say, I want to get your guys' opinions on the season so far. We're about to be 5 episodes in, so almost kind of a third in the season, or I guess you could say last week was kind of that like third spot in the season. But so far, Ollie, I'll go to you first because I actually just watched today. I had it on while I was cleaning. I watched the wonderful program, Got Something For You, and you brought it up. As of right now, you were talking about social media, but this is right up there with 46 with you in terms of like social media content. But I've been saying that Survivor has been going in the right direction. Like 44 was good. 45 was fantastic. 46 was fantastic. 47 was great. 48 seems like it's right there. Like every tribal council so far has been incredible. How are you feeling about this season thus far?
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength. I'm loving it. Yeah, like I said, with the social media posts, I'm telling everyone now, clock their social medias. It's hilarious. Like I need to start like figuring out what I can do in each episode because I have so much content. But like just especially with the season and like the gameplay itself, I feel like we have got this really great dynamic group of like castaways and this really great kind of strategy and gameplay going on. So I'm loving it. I've got my favorites. I was very sad to see Thomas go last week.
Oh, so was
Glad he
Kara.
wasn't on my draft, but I was very.
So was Kara.
Thank you.
Tori, what
I almost was going to draft him.
Tori, what are we thinking about this season so far compared to like these past couple of seasons we've got? Because I mean, I was also sad about Thomas. I was sad about Justin the week before. I feel like we didn't see enough of him. Kevin was devastating the week before that. Like every vote out has felt like heartbreaking almost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving this season. How could you not be sad about Thomas leaving? I mean, he was iconic, and I wish he would have been around for longer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, in comparison to these past couple of seasons, I would probably say from 45 on, I feel like the new era has got its footing. The only issue I've had with this season so far is like the dice game. Like, I don't feel like you should have to be forced to play a game of chance to possibly lose your vote. That's my only issue. And just like being forced to play the journey challenges in general. Like I liked when you had the option to like walk away. That's been my only issue. But overall, I'm loving it. I love this cast. I love like 99.9% of things about it.
I mean, I wouldn't believe Thomas the moment he came back and said, I had the option to walk away. I'd be like, there's no way. Jeff's going to give you the option to walk away on a journey? Absolutely not. You think I haven't been watching these seasons at all? But yeah, it's definitely, that's always been one of my biggest complaints when it comes to like these new era seasons is like, you should never force someone to risk their vote, because if you get a player who really desperately needs their vote and they're just picked to go on the journey, tough. Like you could make the argument, it is Survivor. There's wrenches that get thrown at you every single day. Like I get that, but I just feel like you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the product when you take away the ability for someone to dig themselves out of their grave. It's almost like they're already in the minority. Their vote is their only way, the vote and the shot in the dark are their only ways to dig themselves out of the grave. And you telling them they have to play this really difficult challenge that could take their vote away is basically like you standing at the top of their grave and just kicking them back in and like, no, you're done. You make the whole argument about like the shot in the dark is to protect players, but then you do stuff like that. So I definitely agree.
Yeah. Well, we were discussing this on Got Something For You, and we said that if you get forced to like be picked to go on a journey, you should have the option. If you go willingly, you like forced is kind of okay. So that's where kind of a lot of us stand.
Oh, I kind of like that too. You're meaning when they say like, who wants to go on a journey and someone chooses versus you lost the challenge and the other tribe just picks you to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, you can make the argument like that's why tribe dynamics are very important. You don't want people knowing you're on the bottom, but you can't really play for that because some people are going to see you on the bottom and send you on the journey to try to help you out. But at the end of the day, it's not helping you out. It's actually hurting your chances to remain in the game. So you can't really play on tribe dynamics at all. Let's go ahead and get on. This segment is something we used to do everything at the end of the episode. We're going to do it throughout the pre-show now, and it's going to kind of navigate our discussion. So we asked, you voted every single week, on Wednesday mornings or Wednesdays around noon, you guys can get on our Instagram stories and vote on some polls related to last week's episode and related to tonight's episode. So why I'm pulling this up now is we got to talk about that insane tribal council last week. Not only the tribal council, but the Oscar winning, not daytime winning performance, not daytime Emmy winning, the Oscar winning performances from Kyle and Camilla last week. And so the question was Kyle and Camilla's move last week the best of the new era, kind of pretending like they are not together? And at the end of the day, Kyle using his idol, Camilla using her extra vote to ensure that Thomas was the one who went home from the California Girls Alliance. Tori, I'll go to you first before we reveal the results. So very simple, 50-50 here. Yes or no, was this the best move of the new era thus far?
It's hard for me to say, yes, the best move out of the whole new era. Because I'm thinking about, like, okay, Jesse's play against Cody in 43 is in the new era. And, I mean, an argument could be made that may be the best, in my opinion. And there's other ones that I'm sure I could think of, too. I'm going to say no, but it is definitely, like, top 3, I would say. 3 or 4.
Ollie, are you on the same page? How are you feeling about this? Is this because this came from a lot of things I saw online on social media when I was browsing? A lot of fans were saying this is the best move. Camilla, I saw people saying Camilla is the best player we've had so far in the new era. And I was like, we've seen a lot of good players, people. A lot. Are we just going to forget about D now? Like, hold on. This is episode 4. We haven't even seen how far Camilla is going to go. Yeah. But point blank, this move with her and Kyle, is this the best move of the new era?
I am kind of with Tori on this one. I think it is an absolute stellar move, and I think it is up there. I would definitely say like one of the top 3, like of the new era. I would say this, Cody's idol play, and Operation Italy. I feel like are the 3 really standouts. But would I say it's the best? I feel like I'd have to look back at all 3 and really determine. So right now I'd say no, but I'd have to review all 3.
And Sheila adds in the chat. Welcome, Sheila. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. It's a 3-way tie with Operation Italy and Jesse's idol play. That seems to be the consensus. Gabe adds in, I still like Jesse stealing Cody's idol as the best. And then Adrian says, I said yes, but now thinking about it, it's up there with Marianne getting Omar out with her extra vote. Like, did people forget that?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of good moments. Let's see what the fans said. And this is actually shocking. So we shut down. It might have been different on Instagram, but we shut down the voting at about 5:30 Eastern time this evening. 58% said yes. 42% said no. This was actually really shocking to me. Do we think recency bias comes into it? Have people forgotten about some of these other moves that we've seen? Like you talk about Marianne and Omar going all the way back to season 42 of Survivor.
Yeah, it's definitely recency bias.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back on it, guys, we just have to talk about this whole play. I saw on Survivor Social, Tegwith and Kara were talking about it, and I think you guys brought it up on Got Something For You as well, about the idol. Like they obviously went through Kyle's bag with Camilla right there, and she handled it way better than I would have. I think I would have had to walk away or something because I would have been like freaking out, and I probably would have been smiling or something like, oh my gosh. They found nothing. Part of the reason they didn't find anything is idols nowadays are literally just like a string with like 4 or 5 beads on it, which I agree with Matthew when he said, thank God it's not like the giant square that we had on China. But I do wish the art department put a little bit more effort. Like, I'm fine with it being a string with something on it, but put like a skull on it or something. Like those were like the perfect idols. Now it's literally something that I could make probably right here with some stuff I have around me. Like, come on, like let's make the idols feel a little bit more important than just a string with some beads on it. They don't feel important anymore. Like, I feel like this isn't really that cool. Right. So what did you guys think about how this all went down? Tori, I'll go to you first since we haven't been able to hear your thoughts since the episode aired last week. What did you think about this play from Kyle and Camilla?
Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, it was near perfection, I will say. I mean, both sides. So Camilla kind of like started the ball rolling. Kyle being able to pick up on that was actually outstanding. Like, I feel like that's not getting as much credit as Camilla, but me personally, if she's talking to me like that, I'd be like looking at her, I would at least like pause for a second. I feel like people would be able to read that, but he played that perfectly. I'm wondering, like, why was it only Kyle that they were suspecting? Like, why? Maybe we didn't see them go through Camilla's stuff, but I'm like, why weren't they suspecting that Camilla had something? And then I guess we'll get to this later, but my only other thought on this whole thing and how it went down was, so Thomas was trying to like keep his advantage a secret. And I've always been like, from the start of the new era, I've always been one of those people that's like, why are you telling your advantage? Why are you telling everybody about your advantage? But I think this is a classic example of the fact that telling people about your advantages is truly situational. Like, he was in a spot where he needed to tell his alliance because of the fact that he was so close with all these people. He needed to tell them about it. And especially now, like, I feel like if he went to them and was like, hey, you know, I was maybe going to wait until the right time. I don't know if this would have played out that well, but I was going to wait until the right time to tell you, but I have this, you know, steal a vote. Why don't we just steal someone's vote? Like, each of us vote for, you know, make it 2 and 2. And then in case they have something, then, you know, we vote for the other person. Like, I feel like that would have
I almost wish he did when he got caught on the lie. When he knew Camilla was saying, this is what Mitch told us. At that point, obviously, I don't know exactly how Thomas was feeling in that moment. We saw it in a confessional when he was like, yeah, I'm lying to him. Like, but that's none of your business. Like, I would almost be like, okay, I've been caught. Let me do damage control now, because there would be in the back of my mind, I would feel like, well, they got to be suspicious about it. They got to be questioning me. They got to be questioning the trust. So I feel like that would have been a perfect time to do it, to be like, as soon as they brought it up, say, okay, guys, yes, I do have a steal a vote. I kept it to myself, not because I didn't trust you, but I wanted to keep it in my back pocket. I didn't want it to make us overthink the next play in the game. It's not like I found an idol. If I found an idol, I would have told you. It's a steal a vote. So I was waiting for the right moment. I think that would have been a great time if you worded it correctly to garner that trust back, instead of just being like, nah, I'm just going to hide it still to this day. I think it definitely could have helped them at the end of the day, just to be like, look, even if they have something, I'm stealing one of their votes. So we have 4. We could easily split it between them, which obviously still wouldn't have worked out because Camilla had an extra vote. But you could still try, or would it work out? They would have 4. They would have 2. So yeah, it would have been a tie. So that's been the biggest question all week, Ollie. Why did they not use that like extra vote or steal a vote? Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I think it again, we don't see everything, unlike some fans like to think that they know everything about the show. We only see a very small section of what happens in like 48 hours. So there could have been a thing where they really felt trusted in Camilla again, which is a plus to Camilla's game and social skills. So I can't really answer it because there's so many variables on that thing where we won't know why they trusted Camilla so much. But I mean, they trusted her enough to watch them do the bag. So
well, they did. That was such a heart-wrenching moment. I was like, don't find it. Please don't find it. We have a few comments here. Jay adds in, agree, Tori, telling others about your advantage is a purely situational thing. We have a few questions as well. Gemini adds in, do you think they make the idols so basic to make it easier to make fake idols? I do, but like, idols used to be something, even if you took it home, you put it on the wall and you're like, this is my idol. And they used to look so cool based on the season. Like South Pacific, didn't they have like tiki head idols or something like that? Like they were kind of based on the season. And now I'm not putting that on my wall. I mean, I'll have it somewhere, but a bead, I could make some, I could get some string, put some beads on it. And I could be like, look, I was on Survivor and found an idol. Like just kind of put a little more effort into it. Hollow adds in, you think the merge is next week or the week after?
I think next week.
Let's see. We'll have 5 people gone. I think it'll be technically in 2 weeks because I think next week we'll have like the mergatory thing, and then the week after that we'll have another like weird vote, like the split vote, and then the week after that will be the actual like merge episode where everyone is together. Which honestly, I mean, quick little shout out, but so Ron Clark is hosting an event in Atlanta. And it's episode 8 that the event is being hosted. And I was going to say this for the end of the show, but now that we're talking about it, Survivor Now is going live on stage. We are going to have a live pre-show. Myself and Tori are going to be there. Matthew is also going to be there. Kara might be there. We are going to be at the Ron Clark Survivor event at Ron Clark's Academy. We are going to be starting at 7:15 in the auditorium as fans are getting in their seats, getting ready to view the episode. We're going to be on stage presenting the official Survivor 48 pre-show. We will do everything that we've always done. We will talk about the upcoming episode. We will interview some castaways who are going to be there, bring them on stage. We'll talk to some of you guys, the fans. It's going to be an incredible event. If you want to grab tickets to that, go to Ron Clark's Instagram now. I believe they're free, but it's like first come, first serve. It's going to be a wonderful event. But why I pull that up is because I believe episode 8 is the one they're showing at that event. And that would make sense as like a big episode if that's the first merge episode, which I believe is what I would say. Like next week, mergatory, then there's like a switch. And then it's like, okay, full out merge. We're all together now. So definitely check that out. April 16th at Ron Clark's Academy. We are honored. And this is a huge opportunity for us that I never thought we were going to get. So thank you to Ron and his team. Okay. Next up, we got to go on the flip side, guys. We talked about Kyle and Camilla, and they're going to be feeling on top of the world coming back to camp tonight at the Vulu camp. But we got to talk about the California girls, who looked like such a great alliance. For the first time ever, people were rooting on an all-male alliance. Holly, you were one of them. You and Teg were both rooting them on, and that never happened.
Like, I think me and Teg were both on the same page of it. This is the first time that we are rooting for something related to all men. So
the crazy thing about it is there's 2 straight men in this California Girls Alliance, too. That's what's crazy. So it's a majority straight men's alliance that isn't very popular. But let's go ahead and look at this next question. Will the rest of the California girls, so just Shaheen and Joe, will they continue to work together? On one hand, we had yes, they will. On the other end of the question, we had no, they need to find other options. Ollie, I'll go to you first as being a representative from the podcast of the California Girls Alliance. I think you'd fit right in with that alliance. I think I think so. Do you think that Joe and Shaheen will continue to work together, like moving on in the season? Or do you think kind of situationally they're going to have to look at other directions now?
I feel like on this particular tribe, they are going to need to stick together. But I do personally think they need to look for other options. Just because I think if they just stick together, obviously they can grab Eva, which is great. But for Shaheen, Eva is going to benefit Joe more than Shaheen. So I do think that they need to look for other options.
Ooh, Tori, what side are you on?
Oh my gosh, it's hard to say. I mean, if they lose again, if Green loses again, then I don't know, they might have to go at each other's throats. So I wonder if they're kind of done because I mean, unless somebody like somehow gets an advantage, they don't have anything, do they?
Yeah.
No, I think it would be, I mean, you could go into if Vula was to lose again, which they would officially be like a cursed tribe. They might already be a cursed tribe. But if they were to go to tribal council again, I think you could be looking at a 2-2 split. They could still stick together. Like if you look at it, they played an extra vote, they played an idol, they can't have anything else. We could be looking at possibly rock drawing or fire, however they want to do it. If they decide to split it 2v2. Would they do that? Or do we think they'd go Tori's direction of like going at each other's throats, just kind of being like, okay, they played us, like I'm jumping ship with them. I don't know if I see Joe or Shaheen jumping ship though. That's the problem.
That's the thing. I'm not really sure about that either. Like I could see it, but I don't know. Joe especially seems so loyal.
Yeah, that's my thing with Joe. Not Joe. You think maybe Shaheen, Ollie?
I think Shaheen could. I think maybe he could. I do, just because I think he does, even though I think last episode was not the best for Shaheen, I do think he knows and understands that he has to put himself first. So that's why I think Shaheen would, because again, we've seen earlier in the season that Joe would put his game on the line for Eva and other people. Do I think Shaheen would? I personally wouldn't. No.
Oh, you don't? Like if you're sitting in that instance and like Shaheen or Joe has 2 votes, and let's say Camilla has 2 votes, right?
Mhm.
And Jeff goes, okay, we can't come to an agreement. If you guys can't decide right now, then Camilla and Joe are going to be safe, and Shaheen and Kyle, you guys are going to draw rocks. Now you're looking at a 50-50 rock draw.
Nah, I'm good. Bye, Joe.
I could
Wow.
see that. And honestly, Ollie, I think I'm right there with you. I think I would, kind of like just not
See you at Luigi's.
I'm like, you know what? See you later. I'm one step closer to $1 million. Thank you.
If I was a little more lucky in life, then I might go for the big play. Because if you nail that, oh, what a play. You would go down in Survivor history. Your name would be remembered. Yeah. But with how like unlucky I am as a person, I'm like, I know this 50-50 is not going in my direction. Like I just know it. And if it doesn't go your way, you're going to be looked at as like kind of stupid for not just going the other direction. Yeah, I'd have to bail. All right, we're going to take a quick ad break here as we've got just about 25 minutes into the airing of the new episode. We've got one more question to get through. And yes, it is all about Jeff's tears, his lonesome tears, which we've never seen from Jeff. We have never seen that man cry. We'll be right back. We'll talk all about it.
Think you're the most knowledgeable Survivor superfan? Well, you can put that to the test with our Fantasy Survivor game. Welcome to Bracketology, fantasy sports for reality TV. We provide fantasy football style games for your favorite shows like Survivor and many more. We also have bracket style elimination challenges. Set your picks once for the whole season to see how your prediction skills fared. And don't forget to check out the season extras like contestant info, where you can see all the bios of each contestant, and our scoring recaps that are published each episode. Download the Bracketology mobile app or play on your computer at fantasy.bracketology.tv. It's entirely free to play, and you can win some awesome prizes. Good luck.
Back those Bracketology teams. And I made a mistake. We got mid-conversation, totally forgot to show the results. So thank you, Ollie, for letting me know in the private chat. All right, here's the results. 65% believe they will stay loyal to each other. 35% know they need other options. So I think it's more so what we talked about, that loyalty. Joe and Shaheen both seem like really loyal players. So it's like, are they actually going to stay loyal to one another is what we need to be looking at moving forward. Let's see. Okay, next up, we got to talk about tonight's episode and what we think is going to go down. Who's going to go home, but also what could happen. I did watch the preview for tonight's episode, which had Kyle coming back to camp and, Shaheen and Joe kind of being like, good play. I mean, do we think this Vula tribe's going to go back to tribal council? Is it cursed?
No. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think they learned from their mistakes last challenge, because they really about like part of the pre-tribal scramble was them evaluating what went wrong in the challenge. So I think they definitely, and this tribe anyway, that like when we first saw them swaps, they were literally like, no, we're good at the challenges. Like, we're fine with the challenges. So I definitely think that they're going to prevail. I could see new tribe Siva going to tribal. That's my prediction. I
think Siva's going to tribal, and we're going to get to like who maybe from Siva and who we actually think a little bit towards the end of the program here. But I think, because every time I was looking up the preview images to put on the thumbnails, and every preview image I saw was of Siva, and it had like one person with their arm around another, and another two people were talking. I'm like, ooh, are we going to see some strategy coming from Siva? I don't know. Maybe they kind of spoiled it a little bit. Sorry if I spoiled it for anyone going into tonight. Gabe adds in, I think they actually win tonight. And then my brother also has popped in. I'm late, but what's up, everyone? What's up, Brian? All right. So, Tori, I'm going to go to you first on this one. Another thing everyone's been talking about is we've been having this very like Dr. Phil like preview where it's Jeff like crying and he's like, this has never happened on Survivor. Sorry, I'm an actor, but I can't cry. That's the one thing that goes against my acting. I can't cry on command. I'm too happy. I'm just too happy of a guy. So But it's Jeff saying this has never happened. He's obviously can't say that either. He's emotional, and we can all see that. You guys know what I was trying to say. So the question that we had here, what is going to make Jeff cry? First time in 48 seasons or 47 seasons. And the options were a medevac, someone overcoming a challenge, a castaway sharing an old memory, or something else that wasn't listed. Tori, what are we thinking? What's going to make Jeff cry?
So at first, I was kind of thinking maybe somebody sharing a personal experience, because that's the kind of thing I feel like would make Jeff cry. I mean, he's always very invested in the players and their stories and things like that, especially in the new era. However, I did ultimately choose other for my option because I was trying to think, when did Jeff's mom pass away?
I saw someone comment about this.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking maybe it has something to do with that, but I don't know if we're past that point.
Ooh.
I'm just not sure. So that's why I chose other. But if it's not that, then I think that it's somebody sharing a personal story.
While Ollie looks that up, a lot of people have been saying this. I think it has something to do with Eva. A lot of people think it could be maybe she has, how do I say this in the proper way? Maybe she has a moment during the challenge where she's really struggling, and you see Joe, the only person who knows about her struggles, go over from the other tribe. Maybe he stops doing the challenge, runs over, and tells Jeff, when Jeff's like, Joe, your team was winning the challenge, and you run over to help out another castaway. Maybe Joe gives and I could see Joe saying this, where he goes, Jeff, there's more important stuff. This is a game. There's more important stuff going on with people outside the game that's more important than this exact moment. And that's something that I could really see happening. Like, I could see her freaking out, and forgive me if I use the wrong term at all. Like, I haven't dealt with this myself, but maybe she's having a tough time, a tough go with it. And Joe just drops what he's doing and runs over and helps her out. That would be insane. And I could definitely see that being something that causes that. Also, before Ollie gives the answer, no, not the first time. He cried during the family visit of Survivor Caramon. So not the first time he's
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brenda.
Is this what you got, Ollie? Passed away the fall of 2024?
Yeah, so I've got around November. So I think it shouldn't coincide with either of the filming dates, but my sources could be wrong. So yeah, I don't see it being that, but you never know. I'm kind of on the similar boat to you. I think it's to do with, I feel like it's something related to Eva, and because even from the promo of episode 4, we did see Eva very overwhelmed. So it could be a case of frustration and overstimulation that causes like something to occur and her having to overcome the challenge. Like similar to kind of Suri when she was trying to go over the planet. Like I could see something like that. So yeah, that's kind of why I said, because let's be fair, I don't think he's going to cry over a quit. Like, I'd be very shocked about that.
No.
Imagine.
And a medevac, all the medevacs that we've ever had, and we've had some very emotional ones, he's never shed a tear.
It would have to be really bad.
It would have to be really bad. Let's see what the fans said. At 67%, someone overcoming a challenge, 15% a castaway sharing an old memory, 9% a medevac, and 9% others. So don't forget, you guys can vote each week on our Instagram at Survivor Now Podcast. And I remind you guys, if you want to vote on the next polls and you don't want to wait until next week, got something for you. Runs a poll every single Thursday and Friday, usually Thursday and Friday. So you can go on to X at Survivor Now Pod and check that out on Thursdays and Fridays. And they'll release the results on Saturdays. Forgot something for you. All right. It's time, 7:43. It's time to talk about who's going home. Should we share ours first or who the fans voted for?
Got them. Ours.
Share ours first?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tori, you were the person of the episode last week, right? You were the best podcaster of the week. Who do you think's going home this evening?
So on Instagram, I actually said Eva, and here's why. I thought that her tribe would see her trying to pair off with David as like a bad thing. And I don't think that they would want that power duo going forward. And I think that David has more connections with the people that are there. And they would want, I mean, they're both really strong, but they would want his strength, that kind of like tribe mentality.
Yeah.
So they would ultimately go for Eva over David. So that's what I said. And that's my reason why.
Oh, so you think David and the girls are going to tribal council? Because someone actually, our good friend Wild West added in, do y'all think David and the ladies can go the whole time without going to tribal? Like, obviously, Tori does not think so.
I mean, they could. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's because they're women or anything like that. I love my women. But, I was just trying to think of the possibilities. And I was kind of thinking, I think Green will pull through. And I think that it's their time. It's their time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one vote for Eva. Ollie, who are you thinking?
See, I like what Tori said. So I kind of can see that for if Laggy goes. There is an inkling, like I said earlier, I think Siva might be going to tribal. And I feel like it's going to be something's going to occur. I don't know what, though. Like, I feel like the easy answer is to say Bianca. But you've got Say on that tribe. And if Say doesn't want Bianca to go, Say's going to make sure Bianca don't go. So I'm going to say maybe one of the guys. Like, I think Cedric could go. I think
I could see it being Cedric, because I do think that tribe is going to go to tribal council, and we already saw inklings last week when Bianca said, "Hey, I want to work with you and Cedric," and we saw Say, do you want to work with Cedric? I don't know personally. Yeah. And I think we know that Say and Mary seems to be the duo moving forward this season. Jeff has said that this season is the season of duos, and it looked early on that the duo was going to be Say and Cedric, but now it looks like the duo that could be strong if they were to come back together on a merge is Say and Mary moving forward. And so maybe this is where Cedric gets the boot, because maybe she doesn't have Mary around, but maybe Say sees Bianca as like a stepping stone to get back to Mary. This girl could be my ride or die until the merge when I can get back with Mary. Let's go ahead and cut Cedric loose.
I like
speaking of duos, you could see Chrissy, Say, and Bianca look at the duo that could be forming of Cedric and Mitch, because they had their cute little moment last episode.
Connection.
See? Old connection.
It's making sense. We're telling you guys.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I'm not saying you changed my mind, but I'm going to stick with my answer. But
that's fine. I'm going to stick with my answer. Don't worry.
We're just giving you guys the script of the episode. That's all we're doing. We're handing it to you guys. You might as well not even watch Survivor tonight, because we just told you what's going to happen.
Watch Survivor, please.
Adrian says, will Say turn on Cedric if Siva goes to tribal? Yes, I think so. And then Gemini says, you think Say could get Mitch and Chrissy to vote Cedric? I don't think it really matters, but yes, I do think they could convince Chrissy. I think they could convince Chrissy. I don't see Mitch flipping. And then Adrian adds in, OMG, imagine if Siva goes to tribal, Say finds an idol and plays it for Bianca, and Say, the sole vote, votes Cedric out. Iconic. You might as well just hand Say the winner right there. She's the one. No, I'm kidding. Exactly. We can't just. Gemini adds in, Mitch does have an advantage. What was that advantage again?
Extra vote.
Is it an extra vote or a block a vote?
Oh no, block a vote. Sorry, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god! Imagine if he blocks Bianca's no vote.
Oh my god. That'd be funny.
I forgot Bianca doesn't have a vote either. So yeah, they would have.
I forgot about that too. Wait,
they would have to convince Mitch and Chrissy to go against Cedric.
Because so if Chrissy, they have to convince Chrissy and Say vote for Cedric. You've got Mitch and Cedric that vote for Bianca in the revote. It's just Mitch over here, and you've got Chrissy and Say
Are you
here.
flipping me off right now?
That's what it looks like. He totally was. But I think it has to be flipped around for
Over
it to
here.
truly be.
Over here.
Wait, but what if Mitch uses a block a vote? Or are we saying that he uses a block a vote against Bianca and it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I would say that he would use the block of. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what the fans thought about this. So we got a new graphic for this too. You guys are, by the way, I need you guys to lock in. You are 0-2 right now and telling us who's going to end up going home. So come on, fans. And see, last week you said Kyle was going to go home. You would have been right if he didn't play his idol. But your record, as we can see, top right-hand corner, you are 0-2 right now in terms of picking who goes home. This week, there were more people who got votes. Cedric did get a vote. Star got a vote. Eva got a vote. But at the end of the day, 9 votes for Bianca, 3 votes for Charity. But the only one that matters is you guys have voted Bianca as the player who is going to get voted out this week. Tori, Ollie, what are we thinking about the fans' prediction of Bianca going home?
I mean, like I said, it is. I can understand why they say that. So if that was to occur, I wouldn't be shocked. But this is also Survivor 48. I don't expect the easy option.
Yep, I'm with Ollie. I can see it. I also would not be shocked. But I just think, it's just too easy. And we just haven't really been seeing easy votes. So I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't really see Say letting Bianca get voted out either, because with a Bianca vote out, what would have to happen is, so Say doesn't have anything, right?
Nope.
Right.
So it would have to be essentially, and Bianca doesn't have a vote. So you would have to have 2. So I see what you're saying. You have Mitch and you have Cedric vote Bianca. There's 2 right there, because Chrissy alone, whatever she does, doesn't really. Well, you'd have Chrissy and Say 2v2. And then, or if you have Chrissy stick with Mitch, you have Cedric, Mitch. See, it's tough because Mitch has the block vote, which could change a lot. Yeah. And then who has an extra vote?
No one. Oh,
no.
Camilla did. Camilla.
Camilla had
was
one. Okay. Yeah. It's all these advantages. Let's not do that many advantages, guys. Too many. But yeah, if Siva goes to tribal council, I think the consensus that we got to is it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a little bit wild, which would match every single tribal council that we've had so far this season. Gemini adds in, I don't see a world where Mitch or Chrissy vote out Cedric.
Chrissy, maybe though. Do we really know? Like, who do we really think Chrissy's going to go with though? Because she truly.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Chrissy and Mitch are that close. We haven't seen a lot.
No, that's the thing. Chrissy did say in her confessional last week that she never really had a game strategy with Mitch. Right. So she sees the potential in working with him now because they might need each other. But who knows? Like, Chrissy could see this as an opportunity to be like, I was never going to work with him anyway. Let's just cut one of his allies.
Yeah, she's a free agent. I don't know. I kind of see her working with the women on that, personally.
She could also go the route of working with the women, do like an all-girls thing. Adrian adds in, I think Say would vote Bianca if she tells Say that she doesn't have her vote, and Say or Bianca can't find an idol to save her. So, yeah, I mean, if she does own up and says, I don't have a vote, does Say go that direction? Like, I already have Cedric. I know Cedric will work with me. I know that for a fact. Do I take a risk and go with Bianca when she can't give me insurance and a vote? Like, she can't even give me that?
You know, historically, though, like, I think we've seen people that lose their votes, like, never get voted out, though. That's the other reason why I think that that's too easy of a vote out or a prediction for this week. I can't remember. I think it was The Pod Has Spoken, the Tyson Survivor podcast. I think they were saying there that, like, almost never has the person who lost their vote been the person that got voted out. I don't know if it's just luck or if it's just kind of like they're quieter that episode. So, like, they're not trying to play as hard. So they're like, oh, we're going to forget about this person for now and vote for someone else. I don't really know. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there.
Ooh, we're going to have to end on that little, fact right there, that maybe it's not a bad thing to not have your vote. Oh, well, and then Wild West adds in Justin. That was tough.
So Yeah, okay.
That was
I was also thinking Arnica.
So the theory is, never mind.
all right. We are not done with coverage, as you guys can jump right back on immediately following the episode for our Survivor 48 after show. I believe, do not quote me on this, but I believe for the first time this season, our full panel will be, the panel you see below Ollie will be there. I've missed the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, it was my own fault. I missed the episode. 2 weeks ago, my Paramount Plus got shut off and could not watch the episode live. Last week, there was tornadoes in my area, so the weatherman would not get off my screen, and I was screaming. I hope everyone was safe. But I have not been able to join the after show since the premiere. Josh missed the premiere. So I think for the first time ever this season, or first time this season, it's going to be myself, Josh, Abraham, and Bruce on the after show. Do not quote me on that. Like I said, it has changed last minute every single week. I'm just hoping I can watch the episode live. And before I head out, I want to remind you guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check us out on all our social medias. And I'll do a little plug saying we've got a lot of people coming up this week in terms of guests. Tomorrow night, joining Will and Josh will be Josh Wilder from season 44 of Survivor, friend of the show for the first time. He's not on Got Something For You. So sorry, Ollie. He's been on Got Something For You every season on the 4th episode. But you guys can join the Got Something For You crew on Saturday, as they are joined by TK Foster from last season. So first time on the podcast. And then on Sunday night, Christine Riccio. I'm so sorry if I still can't say her name. Amazing author will be back. She'll join the girls on Sunday night. And then tomorrow night, Matthew, Ollie, and Valeria will be here to recap this week's action of Survivor Australia as we get down to the nitty gritty and we get closer to crowning another champion. So I just want to say thank you all for being here. It's almost time. We got 4 minutes until showtime. We'll see you guys next week.